Hi people, Newbie back, episode 35. Who'd have thought we'd have got this far on this little venture? And we are making progress. Things are just coming together so quickly, and I'm thinking real nice. I'm having a great time. I hope you are too. And by the way, thanks for watching, and please subscribe if you haven't by hitting that little button down there in the corner, and you know the drill. Anyway, today, this week, another busy week in the middle of the summer. I came off the golf course yesterday and I got in my car and the thermometer said 101 degrees. Wow, let me tell you, that was a hot time on the golf course yesterday. I didn't shoot well, and I think maybe that kind of heat might have had something to do with it. At least that's my excuse. Anyway, so we've been doing other things besides working on the train, but I guess that's to be expected. Hey, but you know, life goes on. So this week I've been working almost exclusively on the far east end of the layout, past the yard area in the horse farm. And so let's just by the way, I'm as you know, as you can see, I'm back at my desk. Just wanted to put out something quick, and this is a lot easier than doing the trains running behind me. I hope you don't mind. Anyway, so let's just get right to the video. Here's a preliminary update. Working in the hillside to the south of the yard area, and you see that if you see right there in the curve coming down from the mountain, I've got a little more of the foam placed. It's none of this is finalized. This is still just preliminary, but you see that foam is in place, and I've got a general idea of how it's going to go up the hillside toward the east. And you see now that all of that bright green, or most of that bright green foliage has disappeared, and we just see the mountains in the distance. I think I like that. I think that's going to look good. And now the other thing, you see that on the side, just past the wait, let me move the camera. Okay, here's what I want to show you. I put that little building back at the base of that downhill there. If you let me step over here. You see where this road comes down. I've decided to put this little building back in here again that I had up here, and I'm going to continue this road along here. It's going to come to the station, or the yard house, with a little parking area in here, maybe park a couple cars, and then the road's going to come across there, and somewhere right in here I'm going to have an at-grade crossing. And that at-grade crossing then is going to go into a cut that comes up this side, similar to what I did here. And that cut then will come up to the top of that plateau there, and I've now moved that little casket company up here. So basically, what it amounts to is that the road will cross somewhere in this area here, and there'll be a cut that the road comes gradually uphill up to this casket company. And I'm not sure what else is going to go in this area yet. It may just be trees, foliage, that sort of stuff. I don't know. But that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. Leave this as a plateau with this casket company up here. The other significant change is over here at the horse farm. And you see that, well, let me move the camera again. Okay, if you remember what this was before, there was a large opened area hold on, see if I can get around here. this area here was large open area. The horse farm was sitting back there, and I wasn't real happy with that because it had a tendency to hide the horse farm more than I liked. But the problem with it was the pond was on this side of the horse farm. And so now I've decided to separate the two. As you see, I've cut the pond out so that I can move the horse farm closer into the track here. So the horse farm will sit in this general area. I'm not sure exactly about the elevation, but that's where the horse farm will be. And then the pond will be in this area here. And again, I'm just formulating what is going to happen here, but you see, it's actually in two pieces. But the pond will set something like this, I'm thinking, with the road coming on this side of the pond, between the pond and the tracks. This may actually be down at track level here. I'm not really sure yet. That the pond may be right at track level, and I think that's going to work out better. I especially like this pond, and let me move the camera again. I especially like this pond area, especially you see this little. I thought it was sand volleyball, but I just noticed that they have rackets in their hands, so maybe it's sand badminton. I don't know, but anyway. That's really neat. So I didn't want to eliminate it completely, but I think it'll work out fine if I just move it so that the horse farm is basically by itself up there, and the pond is down here. Going to look nice, don't you think? I'm really pleased with how that's coming together, but that was not where I left it. I kept thinking, you know, there's got to be something I can do with that area behind the horse farm and a little to the right there in that cubby hole, alcove, whatever it is. And so I came up with the idea. I thought, you know, I've got that other church that I never used, and I've got that cemetery that I really wanted to use. It's kind of neat. And so I thought maybe that would work there. And I thought, you know, we're talking mountainous, hilly terrain, and so maybe I should build that up some, and maybe I could put that church and that cemetery up on a hilltop, you know, basically behind the horse farm. And so that's what I've decided to do, and here's the video. Okay, further planning, and now decided how we're going to do this area around the horse farm there. And what I've decided to do was, as you can see, I've moved the lake over to the left of the horse farm, and we put a hillside to the right of the horse farm with a church and a cemetery. I think that's going to look pretty good. There's going to be a road basically running right along the tracks and going up the hill, and it'll probably disappear off the back of the layout right there in front of the church. So that's what I've decided to do. I think it's going to look pretty good. Let me move the camera. Here's a little different angle. You can see the cemetery a little better from here, and the church. And as we zoom out, you can see how that will interact with the horse farm and the pond. I think that's going to work quite well. So now all that foam is just laying in there. So now I need to get out the hot glue gun and start gluing some foam down, and then I can start sculpting the shape of the roadway going up to there, and make it look the way it should. I'm going to be pleased with that, I think. Yeah, still a lot to do to make all that look right. Getting that road in there, and getting it to climb that hill. And by the way, I still haven't determined exactly what elevation level that the church and the cemetery in particular are going to be. I think the church and cemetery should be at the same elevation level. And so the question is whether they should be higher. Kind of what I'm thinking right now is maybe that the road will curve around the horse farm, and then there'll be a drive going on up the hill to the church with a parking area, and then the church and the cemetery will be on the same level. And I think I don't know. We'll see how that works out, but that's the plan right now. That's really about it for this week as far as what's going on in the train room. And I really appreciate you watching. Thanks for sticking with me. It's getting kind of boring now, I think, because we're just into the detail stuff. Most of the layout itself has been designed and is operational, and as we get to that point, it becomes more or less just filling in the gaps and doing the detail scenery work, and putting in grass and trees and all that stuff, and that gets to be a little boring, but what else you going to do? But I'm going to keep putting these videos out so you can see where I am. And I'm in terms of how long this has been, I've been on this train layout for what, 7-8 months? It's unbelievable how far it has come. Far faster and far farther along than I ever dreamed I would be at this stage. But and again, thanks for watching. We'll get something out next week. Hopefully we can get back to laying that track in that yard area. I don't know. We'll just have to see what's going to happen.